Okay guys, this is part 2 of the classic auto air install on my 65 Ford Mustang Fastback. So the next step after you do the controller, which I did yesterday, is you have to put this plate on, which is right there. There it is, you can see it. It goes right over the top hat, the vent hole. There's 3 tech screws. You just put that up, line it up, make sure you get some good metal to drill up into, and then that goes. I know I lost my flashlight in the move, and then there's a little nipple here, or a little thing right there that you put a J hook on. That's what your actually your fan and everything is going to hook up onto. So that's pretty easy to do. It's just time consuming because you have to actually get in there and, you know, try to drill and hold that plate up and, you know, all that other good stuff. So the next part after that is you move on, is you have your there's where your fan is, and you know, all your vent holes and everything like that. So this came, and there's a little sticker on here that says calibrated. So I'm assuming that they calibrated this, but the directions say that you need to calibrate this thing. So I'm going to show you how to do this here. I had started to install this. I'm like, all right, well, let me make a video because this is what I can do. This is how I hooked it up. There's a very good instructional video on CJ Pony Parts that basically goes through the same thing. There may be a little bit more together. You're going to see all my wires. I'm going to pretty much explain everything. But everything's nice and color coded. This is blue, that's yellow. Then we have the orange over here that goes to your water control valve. And then everything, you have your classic air ECU box that controls all the vents and everything, and it's all nice and color coded. The green goes to your control switch here, which is the thing that I showed you guys yesterday. So this just all plugs in. Now to actually test this and calibrate it, this is what you basically have to do here. Sorry if I'm all over the place. It's been a while since I made a video. So I got some alligator clips, and I took all of the 3 grounds that are on all the wires, and I put an alligator clip on it. Now I ran that alligator clip all the way up to my battery, which I went and bought yesterday. Then you have your power source over here, which once again I put an alligator clip on it, ran it up to my positive here. Now when you turn it on, okay, so now we basically know that it's working. The calibration part's really quite easy. So here's the instructions right here. So you're that's what the position they want you to start on right here. So I'll go ahead and do that. So we're in that position. We're off, and we have this one down here, and that one's up. So now we'll go ahead and turn it on. Okay, and when you turn it on, it's going to tell you right here, it's going to say LED on, LED off, LED on. That tells you that it's calibrating. So let's turn it on and then look at our little LED light. There you go. It's on, off, on. So let's go again. Once we turn on, it should go on, off, on. On, off, on. Okay, so now let's go to the next page, which is 20. So now it wants you in one motion to move this one here all the way up. And when it does that, this light here is going to be off, and then it'll go on. So let's go ahead and do that. On, or off, on. Okay, great. Now you need to take this one here and in one motion move it down, and then once again it's going to go off to on. So there you go, off, on. So now that one's good. So now we can basically go to the next page here. Okay, you will be able to hear the internal doors move back and forth and feel the air coming out. Yes, I can feel air coming out. So, and okay. Yep. So we got it. And then what's it say? That should be up there, that should be up there. Now let's turn it off. Okay. And now it says remove the calibration key. And so that's what we'll do. So let's go ahead and move the calibration key. Let me set this down so I can do that. Okay, so now I got the key out. It's no longer in there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put everything back in here. We're going to check everything. So that's up. That's up according to that. So that's there. This middle one, by the way, does not do anything. So it says move fan knob to high mode, move mode to dash. So we're there. Air vents out dash. So the air is going to blow out here. So let's go ahead and turn it on. So we're over here. We'll turn it on. And we're filling right now. And sure enough, we have the air coming out here. Air's coming out here and here, just like it says. Now we're going to move this one here to the middle, which is the defrost. So we'll move that to the middle. So now we should have air coming out of here, which I do. I got air coming out of both of these. So now we'll go here to where it's floor. So we'll take this one here, move it, so it should be the floor, so it should be blowing out down here, which is right over here. Floor, floor. So yes, it is moving out of the floor. So now we need to go to the next page, see where we're at. Hang on, let me sit down here for a minute, because my pages are sticking out here in sticky Austin, Texas. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to move the cold to the hot. And what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be checking this valve. Now you can look down in there right now and you can see that that valve is closed. So let me go ahead and move this down here. I'm going to move that down, and then we'll look down inside there. And you can now see that that opened up. Okay, so if we move that back up, there you go, get it real quick. Now you can see that you can't see any daylight through it. So we'll move it back down here again. And there you go. Now you can see that that valve's open. So we know that that's all good. We'll go ahead and shut this off. So we now know that it's been calibrated. Everything is going the way it should. We got air coming out of all the right vents, the right locations. We got our little key here, which we'll keep in a safe place where hopefully we don't lose. We'll set it right over here. And that's it. So that's your bench calibration for the Classic AutoAir 65 Mustang. Vent controls and everything like that. It's pretty simple. Like I said, everything is pretty much color coded. You really can't, plug anything into the wrong thing unless you're colorblind. If you're colorblind, get a little help. But that's it. So now all I got to do is install this. There's a screw that goes here. That J clip that I showed you on the inside where we plugged up the air duct hole. That's where that goes. And then on the back side over here, right down here, this one will actually, there's a bolt that goes through the firewall and screws right into there, and that hole is actually right over here. There's the actual screw, and that one will actually go through here. So once you put the unit up in there, you'll take that screw and put it through there and then screw it into that J-clip. Now there's another bracket that goes actually into the side, which is right here. No, not that one. Which is this bracket right here, and there's 4 screws that screw in here, and then this big hole here is where a tech screw will drill up into, I believe it's right around the cowling or the firewall. I mean, I'm not sure until I get it up in there. But once you actually put all these in, you want to kind of loosely get everything in, because you want to, I believe the instructions say you need to tilt this unit back just a little bit, so when you get condensation build up in it, you got to drill a hole in the firewall for the drain, so you got to run a little tube out there. So if you've got this inside your car and it's tilted towards the inside of the car, any condensation can, you know, build up in here and run out into your car. So this unit is going to actually be tilted just ever so slightly so that condensation can actually drain out through your firewall. So, but anyways, I thought this might be, you know, a good little video to do. It looks kind of barbaric, but once you, don't be afraid, once you get it and do it, you know, it's really not that complicated.